on fire so far to start the year, but we'll go up against the Clemson team. They play pretty slow. Under Brownell, all 6 seasons, they've been in the bottom 100 of the country in terms of average tempo. And it's no different this year. They're averaging 66 possessions per game. The D1 average is up to 72. 6 possessions doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a big deal on a per game basis in college basketball. And we are underway as we get double tip there at midcourt, but UMass controls. And this is Hines with the ball for the Minutemen.
I think it's important to control, like you said, control the tempo. Clemson on the offensive end has a slow down game. The jumper there, missed jumper. But they want to put, so far as of now, you push the ball up and get a half-court set and get a good shot.
And we have our first foul of the game. Big complaints amongst media members and fans so far as all the fouls being called in college basketball, as the emphasis for officials this year has been to tighten up on the contact and call more of it. So a foul in the first 30 seconds here.
I think it's important, and you realize that early on in nice jump, right-hand jump hook there. You realize that at the beginning of a season, all the calls are going to be close, and that's what we have here thus far in the season.
Jerron Blossom game knocking down that jump hook for Clemson. Davis with it for the Minutemen, drives baseline, and Hines can't handle that as it's over his head. So it's a turnover for UMass. And we're going to see an early substitution from Derek Kellogg as Coleman is going to head out, and it's going to be Seth Berger to come into the game. There's Blossom game again. He'll get it to Noko. Blossom game in the post, kicks it out. This is 3-ball off the mark, and Rashawn Holloway pulls it down, the freshman center.
He's a big fella. He's good two-handed board.
Listed at 335.
And he takes up all the space, that is for sure.
Clark with it. He'll take a pull-up 3, and it's Dante Clark.
It's a good shot by Clark. He had the crossover dribble, and his defender backed up just a little bit, and sometimes that's all you need.
And Clark almost gets a steal on the other end. That'll stay here with Clemson. Starting lineups for Clemson was Jerron Blossom game, Avery Holmes, Dante Grantham, Jordan Roper, and Landry Noko. For UMass, Dante Clark, Jabari Hines, Trey Davis, Rashawn Holloway, and then Zach Coleman, who's already checked out in favor of Seth Berger. Holmes with it off the ball screen. He'll take a deep 3, and he answers the call for Clemson.
It's a good shot. It's a great pick and roll setup. Dribble to the left, open jump shot. He knocked it down.
Clark looking to drive. Clemson looking for a carry. It's blocked inside by Noko. Landry Noko leading the ACC in block shots with 13. He had 11 through the first 2 games. He's 9th all-time in Clemson history.
Well, he timed that one perfectly.
Blossom game misfires on the 3. UMass looking to get it up, but Clemson with plenty of numbers back. 3-pointer from Clark again, and he's got his second here in the early stages of this one. Dante Clark.
He's feeling it, and he's letting everybody know, too. That was a good shot.
Clark 5 of 15 from 3 to start the year. As that's taken away by Hines and kicked out, went off of Jabari Hines last. Malik Hines, a freshman from Jackson, Mississippi, will check in for the first time for Rashawn Holloway. Holloway starts at center, freshman center, but averages just 16 minutes a game. It's a UMass front court that's a little depleted. Antoine Space, a graduate transfer from Texas A&M, was expected to start for this team in the front court, but took an indefinite leave of absence for a personal matter and has not been back on the team since then. He took that about a week before the season started.
It's unfortunate.
So that has led to the freshman Rashawn Holloway starting, but you'll see Malik Hines, you'll see Tyler Bergantino. We already have seen Seth Berger out there on the floor for UMass, all getting time in that front court. Blossom Game at the line, knocks down the first.
I'd like him to get a little bit more air under the ball. He rattled the first one and missed the second one, basically the same way, both rattled. Get it up, get it up.
Hines a pull-up jumper, that's off the mark. Grantham with the rebound, pushing it back up for the Tigers.
Even though they push the ball, they always seem to kind of pull it back for the set offense, turnover.
Noko had it knocked out. This is Hines ahead, and Jabari Hines off the glass and good. As UMass is in front 8-6 here, just 4 minutes in.
It's big playing those passing lanes. Hines did. Got that steal, went down with a strong reverse layup.
Grantham inside, too strong off the backboard.
Look ahead. There it is.
Trey Davis, and UMass gets another three ball. That is 3 3-pointers for the Minutemen to take an 11-6 lead over Clemson.
Yeah, you get that rebound and or turnover.
That's going to be a block inside. And that'll take us to our first media timeout. UMass in front 11-6, 3 3-pointers from the Minutemen. Back here in Las Vegas, an 11-6 lead for the Minutemen after the first media timeout. And I mentioned at the top, Clemson hasn't played a game away from home, but they are playing away from their regular home. Little John Coliseum is undergoing a $63.5 million renovation, so the Tigers are playing their home games in Greenville rather than their normal Coliseum, but they should be back in that next year for their home opener against Georgia.
$63 million.
What could you do with $63.5 million?
I could be renovating a whole lot of homes. That's impressive.
Blossom Game at the line for Clemson, and that one rattles out.
Get it up. Hold the follow through. Give the shot a chance to go in. There you go.
Second one rolls through, so Blossom Game is 2 of 4 at the free throw line. He's got 4 of Clemson's 7 points. Clark off the dribble. Trey Davis, a quick three, and Trey Davis.
Talk about feeling it. He came off knowing he was going to put that one up.
Davis has knocked down 2 threes. Dante Clark has hit 2, and UMass has doubled up Clemson. Blossom Game gets it again. Be a 3, and that is off the mark from Grantham.
He pushed the ball. Davis is asking for it.
Hines off the screen. Bergantino into the game for the first time. Nice pass, and
wow.
Berger with a finish. Looked like he got hit on the arm.
Yeah, he did. Great control with the right hand. Put it off the kiss off the glass. Reverse lay-in.
So big man to big man there to convert for UMass. Roper skip pass. Blossom Game missed everything from the corner, and here come the Minutemen again.
Got the number.
3 from Clark. That one is short. And Avery Holmes will get it back across half court, but he did turn it over. Taken away by Berger. Up ahead for Clark, and Dante Clark puts it home. UMass in front by 11.
That's what happens when you're playing the passing lanes. You get your hands on a lot of pass balls, a lot of passes.
It's a timeout taken by Clemson as the Minutemen have jumped all over Clemson. It's 18-7. We'll be back. Back here in Las Vegas, Dante Clark with 8 points for UMass, as it's an 11-point lead over the Tigers.
Their defensive intensity is what's getting them these points. A lot of fast breaks, threes in the transition.
Jite will take the jumper. That's off the mark. Sidi Jite into the game for Clemson. Was in before that last timeout. Center from Senegal. Davis will come out near half court to grab the pass. And we're going to have a foul on the floor. I like that Trey Davis there just pump fake from about 10 feet beyond the three-point line.
Yeah, and it looked like he thought about taking that shot. That's for sure.
Davis coming off the screen, and Trey Davis has knocked down now 2 jump shots coming off a screen. Almost no hope for the defenders to get there to cover on the shot.
Yeah, that there was a fall away from about 18 feet on the baseline. It's hard to guard.
Looking to get it inside to Jite. The foul's going to go against UMass. It'll go on Tyler Bergantino.
Not a lot going on the interior for UMass. Most of their points has come from, beyond 15 feet, whether it be on the break or half court out of bounds.
3 ball from DeVoe, and that's off the mark, pulled down inside by Seth Berger. That ball popped up into the air, and Clemson will take it away on the UMass turnover.
Clark tried to create on the break, lost the ball.
Holmes gets inside, and he is fouled. No basket, but Avery Holmes will go to the line for 2 shots.
That's what you need. Sometimes you make a pass in the offense, and no one seems to be doing anything on the half-court set. So you fake coming off the pick and roll, take it in strong yourself, get to the line.
That free throw ends a 9-0 run from UMass. It's still a 17-3 run for the Minutemen. C.J. Anderson will come in, sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee. Sean Holloway back into the game as well for UMass.
UMass thus far has put pressure. Speaking of when we opened the program, tempo, UMass has pushed Clemson into running a little bit. And I know Clemson likes to slow it down, but they've put pressure on them to run a little bit. It's worked out in their favor.
5 on the shot clock. A pull-up 3 from deep. Rims out. Holloway couldn't grab the offensive board. And back the other way is Gabe DeVoe. Off the ball screen, kicks it out. Grantham from the corner. He can't hit on the 3, and a foul inside against UMass. And it's going to go against the big guy, Rashawn Holloway.
It's a retaliation foul right there.
So 20-9, UMass in front of Clemson. Back here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena for the Men Who Speak Up main event. Men Who Speak Up is an initiative from Bayer Healthcare that raises awareness about prostate cancer. Clemson and UMass here in the first game. In the second game tonight, it will be Creighton and Rutgers. There's a heavyweight and a middleweight division of this bracket. This is the heavyweight portion, as earlier today 2 other games were played. UTSA and Central Arkansas. Texas Southern took on Howard as well. As the championship game for this won't be until Wednesday, though, so everybody gets tomorrow off, as the winners will play in the title game at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. The consolation game will be at 9 o'clock. But it's 20-9 here. UMass in front of Clemson. The Tigers have missed their last 7 shots. Just 2 of 10 total from the floor. UMass, on the other hand, 8 of 13. They've hit 4 of 7 from deep, although they've missed their last 2 3-pointers.
But they're staying aggressive. They're forcing the issue. They're playing the passing lanes, getting their hands on passes. Again, forcing the issue and taking shots when they come.
Roper, nice crossover, got him free, but his jumper wouldn't fall. It's Davis back the other way, attacking. That's off the backboard and blocked. And that ball actually hit off the backboard first before it got blocked, but I think it was below the rim, which would negate it being a goaltending call.
Yeah, Clemson got back. They had 3 guys back. Davis tried to force it a little bit, and Blasingame got back, got a hand on the ball.
So far, it's been good when Davis has tried to force things for UMass.
Absolutely. He's whether it's a 17-foot fall away or a 25-foot jumper coming off a curl, he's got a good shot at going in.
Same play, but on the other side. But
yeah, they were expecting it this time. Yeah, give big fella the ball.
Holloway calling for it inside, didn't get it from Davis.
Give him the ball. He's clogging it up on the defensive end for you. You got to reward the big fella.
Coleman will take the 3. That's off the mark. And Holloway shakes his head running back down the floor.
Yeah, he's a little frustrated. He picked up a foul last time down the floor. in retaliation. I think he's just a little frustrated he's not getting the ball in the post.
That's knocked away by Hines. Loose ball. Jabari Hines will come away with it. And he'll lay it in off the glass for another easy 2 points for UMass.
Left-hander made that a little difficult. Shot it on the left-hand side with the right hand. Pretty impressive play, though.
So it's 6 fast break points for UMass. Haven't reached the 10-minute mark yet. Grantham inside. He'll go off the backboard. That's missed. Jate couldn't pull it down. Davis back the other way. Here's another three. This from Coleman. That's off the mark. Holloway trying to run it down. Got to it, but couldn't quite get that off of DeVoe's leg and back out of play, so Clemson controls.
Big fella's active, though. He went and chased that one down, saved it for his guys.
Blossom game inside and a nice pull-up one-handed floater.
Good move. Very good move. Strong to the bucket. Could have even been a foul for him. He's on a really nice game. Very active.
6 points here for Blossom game. 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 2 high ball screens for Anderson. Davis comes off the screens and can't knock it down.
I would say it was a tough shot, but
that was one of the easier ones he's taken.
He's pretty comfortable letting it fly.
DeVoe gets in the paint. He puts it up and too strong off the back of the rim. UMass pulls away the loose ball. Here's Hines.
Oh, good move.
And he's going to be called for a carry.
Stutter step. He had everybody in the building fooled except the referee.
So Noko is going to check back in for Clemson. And we're going to see Bergantino come back in for UMass in place of Rashawn Holloway.
I would have liked to see him get the ball in the post. As hard as he's working, he chased down a loose ball, saved it. He's been running the floor. He looks a little frustrated.
Got to reward him.
Got to reward the big fella. He's working hard for you.
Here's DeVoe. He's looking inside for Blossom game. Blossom game. Again with that right hand inside.
I like his game.
He's got 8 points on post-ups already.
He's looking to attack every single time he gets the ball, whether it's on the perimeter, outside the arc, or even in the post right there with the right-hand jump hook.
Scored 22 in Clemson's last game against Texas Southern. He's already got 8 here against UMass. Clark from the corner, and Dante Clark has another 3 ball. This one with the shot clock down to 5. And UMass keeps its 12-point lead over Clemson.
Yeah, that was a shot with the hand in the face, but he's pretty comfortable shooting it. I think he was realizing the shot clock was coming down. Good board.
3 from Holmes is short. Anderson brings it back up. Here's Hines again.
Inside.
Here's Coleman. Coleman spins off the glass, and UMass continues to roll straight through Clemson in the half court.
Yeah, that was a strong move. Put his shoulder right into the defender, spent, and used the rim as protection. Left-handed layup off the glass. A very impressive move.
Blossom game on the 3-point line. Have Noko inside. Landry Noko, a jump hook, and he's able to put that one home.
It's a good move, real strong move. Caught the ball 5 feet from the bucket, even though he got bumped from behind, he didn't give ground. Went up strong with a right-hand jump hook, baseline jump hook.
Clark asking for a ball screen, gets it from Bergantino. Gets into the lane, he puts a floater up, and Dante Clark already now with 13 points for Dante Clark.
He came off a couple of pick and rolls up top. 1-2 step runner from 10 feet. It was a good shot.
Roper can't hit from 3. UMass controls. Hines looking to go straight to the rim. A little floater. Bergantino missed the putback.
Had an opportunity.
And we're going to have a foul called against UMass as Jabari Hines picks it up. Clemson was favored by 7, but it's all UMass here as they lead at 29-15. (29-15) your lead. Tyler Bischoff and Ed O'Bannon here from MGN for the Men Who Speak Up main event. And Clemson so far just 5 of 18 from the floor. I don't really think they're getting bad shots. They're just not knocking many of them down. It's the defensive side of the floor. UMass is, whether it's in transition to the half court, getting pretty much whatever they want. Even when UMass has a bad possession, they still knock down a 3 from the corner with 4 on the shot clock.
Absolutely. They're forcing the issue. Whether Clemson has all 5 guys back or not, they're putting the ball up on the glass and going to get it if they miss it. But they are forcing the issue and taking shots when they got them.
7 assists for UMass, 12 of 23 shooting. Clemson has yet to register an assist while shooting 5 of 18.
It's tough to win that way. Got to have balance. There he is.
Trying to get it to Holloway.
There he is.
Rashawn Holloway too strong off the back of the rim.
It's a good move. You could tell, obviously, it was a set play coming out of the timeout. They wanted to get Holloway the ball, get him a shot. It's a very good shot, very good look. He just missed it.
And Holloway's going to be called for the foul as he slapped down there, trying to knock the ball away from Noko. So Holloway's going to pick up his second foul. He fouled out of the last game UMass played against Central Arkansas in just 15 minutes of action.
Yeah, that is a sign.
As a freshman big man, that's something you gotta learn to play without fouling.
You have to, absolutely. You got to control, control your area. I don't want to say bad footwork, but he's not in the right position. Okay. In particular, on that play there, he was standing behind the guy that he was guarding and reached around. You can't reach around. If you're behind and you're stuck behind, stay there and get a hand up on the shot, but don't reach around and slap at the ball.
Noko missed, but Grantham was able to pull down the offensive board. Shot clock down to 20 now for Clemson.
Offensive rebounds usually result in a basket, not this time.
Usually results in a basket because you get it next to the basket and you put it right in. You don't pull it out and wait 10 seconds.
Yeah. They had an opportunity to shoot it too. They got the ball middle of the lane. They brought it back out.
Hines driving. We're going to have a foul on the floor. So Jabari Hines draws the foul. Goes against Avery Holmes. So it'll be another baseline inbound. Do you think they're going to look for Davis on that same play?
He's coming around for that double screen along the baseline.
Oh, he sets the screen. There it is. Almost turned it over. But Clemson knows. They know it's coming now.
Yep. Been burned one too many times.
Hines gets it to go. Nice bounce off the back iron.
That's the middle of the lane. Whether it's against the zone or man-to-man, you get in the middle of the lane, most of the time you will make that shot.
Gabe DeVoe turned away, and here comes Davis. Hines the other way, and Jabari Hines scoops it in off the backboard. He's up to 8 points. It's a 33-16 lead for UMass.
Yeah, Gabe DeVoe got caught in the middle of the air, not knowing whether to shoot it or pass it, and turned it over.
Clemson burns its second timeout of the half. You get just 4 this year in college basketball. We'll step aside, 33-16 UMass. Blossom game checks back in for Clemson. 15 on the shot clock here for the Tigers. Holmes off the screen. He can't knock it down. An offensive board for Grantham.
It's a good board. But, time. Good shot.
And that's pulled down. Clemson 1 of 12 now on three-pointers.
I'm all for tempo. You get an offensive rebound, you have to go up strong with it instead of passing it back out. Hines with that three. Boy, UMass is feeling it.
Jabari Hines hits his first three. The Minutemen are 6 of 12 from three-point range.
When you get an offensive rebound like Clemson has done the last 2 times down the floor, you have to go up strong with it. Don't pass it back out. Force the issue. It's being forced down your throat. Force it back down theirs.
Clark straight into the paint. Ball gets kicked out. Davis. And it's Trey Davis again.
My goodness.
He's 3 of 4 from three-point range. And the Clemson Tigers are in a world of trouble here, down 39-16. Inside, Noko, an offensive board, finally gets one to go.
Yeah, don't pass it back out. You get the offensive rebound 5 feet from the bucket, just go up strong.
Clark pulls up, can't hit, and that's going to be a foul going against UMass. That last bucket for Clemson snapped a 10-0 run over the course of 1 minute and 40 seconds for UMass.
Wow, and they've gotten a few offensive rebounds.
21-point lead for the Minutemen. They're shooting 55%. Clemson just 24%. Back here in Las Vegas, MGM Grand Garden Arena, where the Clemson Tigers find themselves in a 21-point deficit here in the first half. UMass at 39 points. In Clemson's opener, North Carolina Central scored just 40 points the entire game. The most points Clemson's given up this year, 56 to Texas Southern in their most recent game. Another missed free throw for Clemson.
You know, when we first started, we were wondering if the team, there you go, force the issue. We were wondering if the teams that they were playing against were that bad, or was their defense that good?
We might have our answer.
The defense is not very good thus far. It'll get better though. It'll get better. They work hard.
Clemson coming into this ranked 15th in adjusted defensive efficiency, according to KenPom, and they've been in the top 60 of KenPom defense every year since Brad Brownell has been the coach of the Tigers. But UMass just quicker. I mean, just Clemson can't stay in front of anybody with the ball.
Yeah, UMass has a loosey-goosiness about them, and you know, they come off the pick and rolls, whether it's a pick and roll or if it's a set play, out of bounds play. They're coming off aggressive, ready to shoot it.
An offensive foul there going to go against Malik Hines, called for a moving screen.
He didn't need to do that. You know, when you're setting a pick and you have someone as active as Davis is with the ball, just stand there. He'll use you. You don't have to go get the pick, go set the pick. You can stand there. He'll run the pick right off of you.
Here's DeVoe from the corner, and it's Gabe DeVoe knocking down a three ball. A big shot there for Clemson. Still down 18, but what are you looking to? Get this down to 12, 10 points before the end of the first half?
Yeah, you want to get it down to 10 at least. That means that you've gotten some stops and you've obviously made some baskets, but you've stopped the bleeding a little bit and you have some momentum. 10 points would be great. Single digits would be awesome. But you want the momentum obviously to shift the other way. That open jump shot from the corner there by DeVoe, I thought that was a step in the right direction.
Grantham just picked up his first foul for Clemson. By the way, Jabari Hines playing with 3 fouls for UMass. Or excuse me, wrong Hines. Malik Hines has 3 fouls, not Jabari Hines. But Malik Hines, the freshman off the bench with 3 fouls for the Minutemen. Blossom game inside. That one well off the mark, and Minutemen have a defensive board.
As a coach, I could live with that. It was a strong move. He got good position down low. He just missed the shot.
That's been Clemson's best offense so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good play.
Davis. Here's Berger as he can't find the net, and Clemson comes back the other way. And we're going to foul off the ball go against UMass, against Seth Berger.
Yeah, Blossom game, he went down, was getting position, which he's good at. Down there on the block, on the break, he was carving out his space and got fouled. It's a smart play. Sometimes if your shot's not falling, you have to get easy shots, whether they're layups or getting to the line and making those free throws. Got to get some air under the ball, though. It's a little flat.
Clemson in the double bonus here, Blossom game, going back to the free throw line. This will be his 7th attempt, but he's just 2 of 6 so far. 3 of 7 now for Blossom game. He's up to 9 points. Trey Davis gets it to Clark in the corner, and Dante Clark's got another.
I tell you
and
what,
that's something to say to the Clemson bench, too.
Yeah.
And Did they give him a T, or are they just giving him a warning? I believe it's just a warning for
I
now.
think it's a warning. He's done it a couple times. Whether he's the instigator or not, when you make a shot like that, everybody's watching you. You can't lash back out at the bench. Whether something's being said to him or not, just turn and run down the floor.
Dante Clark has 16 points already. 6 of 11 shooting. He's hit 4 of his 6 3-pointers.
I got to be honest, if I had stats like that, I'd be talking to him.
And Clark now draws the offensive foul on Grantham for the push-off. So 34 seconds left in the half, so UMass can't quite hold for the final shot.
Yeah, he's an opponent's nightmare. Someone who's hot on the offensive end, and then gets a charge call. You know, he's gotten a warning from the referee for talking. He's got a charge. Look, he's picking up the defensive foul.
Just gets another one on Grantham there.
He is a nightmare.
So Grantham with 2 fouls in about 8 seconds is going to put UMass at the free throw line, a 1-and-1 here for Clark. Grantham now with 3. So he'll head to the bench.
I think DeVoe is now going to have the luxury of guarding him after he's already heated up. It's going to be a tall task.
Clark knocks down the first one, so he'll get a second. As Anderson's going to come in. Anderson's going to come in for Bergantino, so UMass going to go small here with really 4 perimeter players on the floor. Full court press, part of the reason for UMass going small here. 17 to go. They do get it across in time. Ball kicked out, nearly turned over. Holmes can hold for the last shot.
They need to. Don't give the ball back.
And Holmes picked up his dribble. Blossom Game will take the 3. It's short, and not a good final possession from Clemson.
Totally confused.
Summarizes the first half nicely for the Tigers as they put up just 22 points and trail this one by that same deficit. 44-22 UMass over the Tigers. Ed, are you on Twitter?
I am.
Are you have a Twitter? But are you on Twitter? Do you use it frequently?
Every now and then.
Okay.
Yeah, every now and then. I follow my kids more than anything.
Oh, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Just to monitor.
Exactly. At Ed_O'Bannon.
There you go.
There you go.
So, Clemson, 22 points. They shot 25%. They let UMass shoot 53%. I think defensively they're just not quick enough to stay in front, but, I mean, what changes if you're Clemson in the second half?
I want to say, you know, obviously making shots. They've gotten good shots. You know, some of the shots that they've taken, whether they're 3-pointers like this one here, straight away, they just got to make them. You know, sometimes you can be taking shots and just don't make them. And I think right now they are in that boat. That as well as not stopping UMass whatsoever.
Holloway off the dribble, too strong off the glass. He's swatted by Grantham inside, but Rashawn Holloway, like everything, he just hasn't been able to put it in the bucket.
That was a heck of a move. You know, you can tell he's light on his feet. You know, he's posting up. Give him the ball. He's posting up. He had him sealed. You got to give him the ball.
It's a foul on the floor against Clemson.
He's working way too hard not to get the ball.
Holloway has taken 3 shots, missed all of them so far. As Coleman catches, and he can't hit on the jumper, and Well, that was slapped by Roper as Grantham brings it up. Straight away into Blossom game. A pump fake and Jerron Blossom game.
It's a heck of a move there. He had the one that was guarding him and help side, both biting on the pump fake, and he hit the open right-hand jump hook 5 feet away.
And it's another foul on the floor against Clemson, so just 1 minute and 7 seconds in, and Clemson's picked up 2 team fouls, both of them coming on the dribble.
I think Clemson's got to do a better job, and they're in the 2-3 zone here, opening up the second half. A better job at stopping UMass, and we'll see what happens out of this 2-3 zone. It's a different look. I think it's a good look.
That tipped away. Loose ball inside, and Clemson gets the turnover.
That's a good look. At least, throw a curveball. Steady diet of fastballs. I don't care how fast you're throwing it. UMass will hit it. So far, that's what they've been doing.
And we're going to have a foul against Dante Clark. As Grantham on the drive, that on the floor as well.
How about that? They got to stop on the defensive end, and something good, something positive happened on the offensive end. Got to keep that up.
Blossom game sets the screen for Roper into Jete. That's way too strong off the backboard. Holloway comes down with it.
He's going up against Holloway. Holloway's not going to give.
Davis from way downtown, the G in the word grand on the court. As Trey Davis has really no care at all what defense Clemson is in.
Whatsoever. He's going to shoot them right out of that 2-3 zone, that's for sure.
Oh, Grantham inside over Holloway. And Dante Grantham with a big-time answer for Clemson.
More of that. He needs more of that. Clemson needs more of that to get this one done. Great move.
First half, you said at UMass, just taking it to Clemson. That's one of the first times we've seen Clemson just go to the rim and try to overpower UMass.
Absolutely. They continue to do that, they'll be right back into this game. Look
Davis again. Oh, my. Trey Davis.
Good grief.
5 of 6 from 3, and now it has no limit to his range once he gets across half court.
Whatsoever. As long as he's crossing half court, he's going to let it fly.
Blossom game with a tough finish inside. Clemson with 2 nice buckets on the last 2 possessions, but they're trading 2 for 3s as Trey Davis has just let it fly the last 2 possessions. Clark gets inside.
Oh, there he is again.
Davis from the corner. That one too strong. He's a little too close. Not enough room in the corner.
Yeah. Might have been a bit of a heat check as well. He just kind of, I'm not even sure if he saw the rim on that one. He just let it fly.
So Davis is up to 17 points. Clark is still leading the way with 18, and Jabari Hines has 11. So 3 players in double figures. Rest of UMass's team just 4 total points, but haven't really needed much else.
Not at all. When you're shooting threes the way that they're shooting, like Hines just did right now.
Jabari Hines buries his second 3.
There's no need for anybody else to score. Just ride those 3.
Roper to the corner. Holmes can't hit. Grantham's going to be called for the foul, so that's going to be 4 on Grantham with 16 minutes to play.
I think Clark has gotten into Grantham's head long before now. Clark was hitting those threes from the corner in the first half, and he kept turning back and looking either at him, at Grantham, or the bench, or both. He's in his head.
So Clemson falls back into the 2-3 zone. I like going to the 2-3 zone because it'll help prevent the dribble penetration, but I mean Trey Davis is ready to shoot right there.
And it's being guarded way out there. I mean, they figured he's already hit one from the letters in front of the people on the side over there.
So a foul on the floor against Clemson, 53-28, UMass in front. Welcome back here to Las Vegas. Big lead for UMass as Dante Clark, Jabari Hines, and Trey Davis, all three going off. Trey Davis, senior from DeSoto, Texas, 39% career shooter from three-point range. He's 5 of 7 today. So upping that percentage just a little bit. Also has 5 assists. Jabari Hines, 14 points and 4 assists. Dante Clark with 18 points. And it's another foul on the floor against Clemson. Already 5 in this half. Davis doesn't shoot.
Surprise.
Get it into Holloway.
Yeah, give the big fella the ball. See the footwork.
Holloway might have got hit on the arm, but couldn't convert on the block.
Well,
Gabe DeVoe.
I'm sorry, he didn't get that call because he shot it with the right hand. If he would have went up left-handed, he would have got that foul call.
Gabe DeVoe in the corner, gets around Holloway. Nice pass. Noko can't finish.
Gotta finish that.
And it's going to be a turnover as that'll go back to Clemson on this end as Dante Clark couldn't stay in bounds.
Need to finish there under the basket. Gotta finish those.
Roper a step back, and that's short. Noko gets the offensive board.
Whoa.
Deep three on the way, that's off the mark as Gabe DeVoe couldn't connect. Derek Kellogg has been yelling at his team to push at every defensive rebound. Floater inside as Trey Davis.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that shot. As close as he's gotten all night.
That ball saved by Hines. It goes straight to DeVoe, who knocks down the jumper.
Cardinal rule. Cardinal sin, don't save under the other basket.
Clark going straight to the rim. He draws the foul. And that is foul number 6 on UMass. It'll be 2 shots here. So every other Clemson foul, except for an offensive charge, is going to result in UMass free throws over the final 14 minutes and 39 seconds of this game.
Pretty early to be in the bonus. But that happens when you're aggressive and you're taking the ball to the basket, and you have Clemson they've got them on their heels. You know, Clemson is reeling a little bit or a lot. Then whatever they seem to be doing on the defensive end doesn't seem to work. They got a couple of stops when they were in 2-3 zone. I looked at them going back to that, but you got to stop the ball to get to the 2-3 zone.
Yeah, UMass not giving them much time to set up any type of defense before they're already in the paint. Clark has a new season high with 20 points. He had 19 in the last game against Central Arkansas. Noko, defended by Bergantino. He'll kick it out. Avery Holmes knocks down the 3 for Clemson.
It's good offense there.
Point guard for the Tigers, transferred in from San Francisco, sat out last year, and is finally getting his chance in a Clemson uniform. Has another year of eligibility after this year, and what a finish inside by Jabari Hines.
Yeah, I'm a fan of his. He was watching him work out before the game. Good shot there, Hudson.
Ty Hudson, who's into the game for the first time, hasn't played a whole lot, but a 4-star freshman out of Georgia.
I was saying, I was watching Hines before the game, and he, would not stop working before the game. And you can see it right now. It's paying off as Clark pulls up from 18 feet to the left. What a very good shot. What a unbelievable shot.
Dante Clark, 23 points. UMass, 12 of 20 from three-point range. Here's Hudson again, a floater inside. That's too strong. And Hudson slapped that out of Bergantino and out of play.
I don't mind that, though. They've got a little rhythm in their offense now. The ball is moving. Put the ball on the floor, 1 or 2 dribbles and going up strong with the shot. I can live with those. It's the passing the ball around and stagnant movements and nothing going on the offensive end. That's what kills. That's what takes the air out of the ball. Clemson has been a victim of that thus far.
Hines will take the three, and that one misfires.
Good board.
Holmes finally comes away with it.
Yeah, he got way up on that defensive rebound.
DeVoe a deep three, and that is off the glass. Not a good shot there from Gabe DeVoe.
Nah, bad rhythm. Shot that one off the glass from straight away.
Davis and UMass for one of the few times tonight slowing it down as he'll back it out towards midcourt. 25-point lead for UMass.
He hasn't put one up. I think he's gearing to
It's been like a whole.
fly.
It's been like a whole 2 minutes since he shot.
Yeah, he looked like he was. Oh my goodness.
Dante Clark nearly got it.
Talk about, we've seen a couple of heat checks in this game. That was definitely one.
Holmes with his left hand off the glass with his right.
Good take.
And Hines will bring it slowly across half court.
Davis almost walked there.
Bergantino coming out to set a ball screen. Pull up, and Trey Davis inside the arc this time. Knocks it down. Brad Brownell can only turn and shake his head.
Yeah, it's good in and out move with the right hand pull up on the left side. It's a very good move. If you're Clemson, you got to move the ball, get easy shots. Don't let the ball stick.
Noko inside. Turns over his shoulder but couldn't finish with the left hand. Davis with the crossover. Doesn't create enough separation. 12 on the shot clock. Still weaving with it, finally picked it up. Clark, another deep three, and that one way off. And Derek Kellogg not happy with that shot.
Yeah, the whole way down the floor, he had his palms in the air, like, what are you doing?
62-37, UMass in front, as we'll be back after this. Back here in Las Vegas, UMass in front of Clemson, 62-37. Tyler Bischoff and Ed O'Bannon with you for the Men Who Speak Up main event. First game of the heavyweight bracket. We'll have Creighton and Rutgers coming up after this. Grantham is back in the game for the Tigers with 4 fouls, and Clark's going to be called for a foul off the ball. He's trying to break up that handoff, as that'll be the second on Clark.
Yeah, he's been a nuisance all night, whether it's with Grantham or Clemson just in general.
DeVoe comes off the screen, and he can't hit the three, as struggles from three-point range continue. Just 3 of 20 for Clemson. You compare that with 12 of 23 for UMass.
Yeah, they've struggled. Clemson, being Clemson, they've been on the floor all night, whether it's behind the arc or.
Hines chases that one down, though, and it's another possession, and it'll be another 3. And Jabari Hines, don't give him 2 chances.
Yeah, he wanted that more than anybody on the floor. I mean, you go from one sideline to the other during a missed shot, get the offensive rebound, and then pull up and hit the 3.
That 3 off the mark. Foul inside on UMass.
He's been active. He, as in Hines, has been active all game, whether it's on the defensive end or the offensive end. Dribbling the ball up the floor, passing it, getting his team in the offensive rhythm. Very good basketball player.
Holmes, and Avery Holmes knocks down another 3-pointer. He's made 3 of the 4 Clemson 3-pointers today.
Well, maybe he should shoot it a little bit more.
Hines nearly got enough space to take a shot. Clemson's been looking to trap out near half court since the last timeout. Jabari Hines, and that one off the back iron. We have a foul inside going against Blossom game of Clemson.
It's a tough one there. Offensive or long shots produce long rebounds, and you know, with Clemson in a constant, half-court trap, if you will, and the shot goes up, you know, they have no direct person to box out, and that's where the offensive rebound foul came from.
Haven't been a lot of offensive rebounding opportunities for UMass, though, as everything has gone in.
Gone in, absolutely.
6 on the shot clock. DeVoe tried to dump that one off, but Jate couldn't handle it, as it'll stay here with just 4 on the shot clock for Clemson. And I believe Clark stepped over the baseline while trying to defend this inbounds pass, so we'll get it back. Still just 4 on that shot clock for Clemson. Grantham to Jate, a nice spin move, beats the shot clock.
There you go.
As City Jate.
Good move.
One of the better finishes for Clemson today.
Absolutely. Nice strong spin move. I like it. Oh, and he got the steal.
Picked up his dribble, and Jate knocked it away.
Don't have a whole lot of time to set it up. You got to move. You got to kick the ball ahead. If you get a turnover, it's got to translate into a fast break.
So foul's going to go against Berger, as Clemson will have the ball after this break. 65-42, UMass leads. Welcome back to the Men Who Speak Up main event. Tyler Bischoff, Ed O'Bannon here as UMass in front of Clemson 65-42. And for UMass, they are coming very close to having 3 players with 20 points. Dante Clark with 23, Jabari Hines and Trey Davis both on 19. They're the 3 leading scorers for this team, all averaging between 14 and 22 points per game. There's not going to be many nights where all 3 of them are just feeling it and all 3 go for somewhere in the neighborhood of 20. You would think there's going to be a few nights most of the time where one of them's not on, or defensively one of them gets taken away, if not both. But when you got all 3 going, it's nothing really you can do about it if you're Clemson.
It's hard to stop, you know. Anytime you have 3 guys on one roster up near the 20-point range, they're hard to stop. I mean, we still got more than 7 minutes left in this game. So all 3 of them can run off another. The way that they're shooting can run off another 10 points.
There's Coleman. He's the 4th leading scorer on the team, but that's just his 2nd made shot of the night. He's got 4 points. Blossom Game puts it on the floor and gets the nice roll.
Yeah, that was one of those, I've got a feel for where the basket is. We need a bucket. I'm not going to stop until I get there.
Turnover, but Roper threw it right back away the other way, and that is mishandled by Malik Hines. So Malik Hines, freshman from Jackson, Mississippi, couldn't quite handle that one. Would have had a chance at a free layup.
Yeah, he looked like he lost the handle on that one. That would have been an easy dunk. I think the whole gym, at least on their side, was upset about that one.
Roper gets inside, and Roper finishes.
You know, it's funny. You have to do that the whole game to win. I don't. The slow down thing, I get it, and you know, but if you force the issue, if you create offensive opportunities for yourself, good things will happen.
Trey Davis not afraid to create for himself, but couldn't knock down that 3. That knocked out of play by Clark. As Hines is going to check in for Clark.
Clark super active today. All 3 guys, Clark, Hines, Davis, very active, all 3 of them, and their stats are showing.
You know, Clark's got the worst field goal percentage of the 3 of them. He's just 7 of 14.
I'll take 50% any day of the week.
And that will go as Ty Hudson, the freshman, gets inside, draws the contact from Malik Hines, and puts it home.
Good move. Good left hand, strong left hand finish. Although he is left-handed, it's a good move. You need more of that.
So Malik Hines picks up his 4th foul. He's fouled out in the last 2 games in just 11 and 23 minutes respectively. And he's only played in 20 minutes tonight, picking up 4 fouls. But that'll put Hudson at the line, and we've seen Hudson, who's now got 4 points, looking to make it 5. Made a couple nice moves coming off the bench here for Clemson.
Yeah, sometimes you're that spark plug.
He was
trying to be that.
number 91 overall player according to Rivals in last year's class.
It's good energy. He's up on the front line in the press. Almost got a hand in on that dribble with Hines. Like his energy. Spark plug off the bench.
Davis with it out near midcourt. There'll be 2 high ball screens for him. Hines tried to run back off of those, but Clemson kept him off his mark. Trying to go inside to Holloway. That's taken away. Clemson scored the last 7 points. Roper, a step back 3. That's short. And that's pulled down. Trey Davis will slow it down.
Smart. Use some of that clock.
It's a 19-point lead here for UMass. And we're going to have a foul on the floor. That'll put Trey Davis at the free throw line.
Can't hand check that far from the basket, even on the arm bar. Got to give yourself some space. Move your feet.
The arm bar. It's legal in the post. I don't really know why. It doesn't feel like that should be something you can do in basketball, just stick your forearm on somebody. But in the post, it's legal.
Absolutely. As long as you don't, you can have it. You can have it on the offensive player as long as you don't hold them, basically.
Yeah.
And it's, I think that's good.
And here you go. Rashawn Holloway is going to go to the free throw line. Got a chance to pick up his first points of the day.
He deserves it. He's worked hard.
Gite called for the foul.
Bet he's got a soft touch. 15 feet away.
Holloway, a 3-star recruit from Elmer, New Jersey.
Yeah, looks good. Look at that.
As he knocks it down.
Look good. Good arc, good rotation.
So Rashawn Holloway is on the scoreboard. Misfires on the second, so he's now 3 of 8 on the season from the free throw line. Hudson will take the 3, and how about Ty Hudson?
I tell you what, he's gonna get more playing time if he's shooting the ball like that. That's a good shot.
Hudson's now, he's got 8 points. As DeVoe picking up Hines, a crossover, gets it out to Davis, 10 on the shot clock for UMass.
Hudson's going up.
Davis goes behind the back, looking to get inside. Looked like it hit off Jite's leg, and Clemson comes away with it. 17-point game, just over 4 minutes to play. Grantham inside, tried to get it to the corner.
Yeah, Hudson was over there ready to catch and fire.
But I believe that was Davis that was tracking back that was able to deflect the pass and get it out of play. So Clark's going to come back in for Anderson. So UMass has all 3 of its big guns in the game.
Yeah, they don't want to let this one get too far out of hand. Keep this lead.
2 screens up top for Hudson. Here's Blossom game. He drives in, foul on the floor. So that'll put Clemson at the line when we come back. So just a 17-point lead now for UMass as Clemson has slowly brought this one a little bit closer as Clemson is outscoring the Minutemen 30-25 here in this second half. Just had a 7-0 run a minute ago as Jerron Blossom Game is at the line, knocks home the first one. Blossom Game a team high 16 now.
Looks like Clemson's got a little rhythm going on the offensive end.
But misses the second.
More so even on the defensive end. Causing turnovers.
All alone is Holloway, and he is fouled as Jate got back in time. So that'll put Holloway back at the free throw line. Sidi Jate picking up his second foul. Off the rim, but no good from the freshman. Averaging 4.7 points on the year, but just one today. Does have 4 rebounds as well.
He'll get that second point right here.
Gets the roll, so Holloway is 2 of 4 at the free throw line. UMass has assisted on 15 of their 25 made shots today. Clemson just 3 assists on 20 made shots.
That's incredible.
Clark back across half court, nearly traveled. Here's Davis, and too strong. Davis going to be called for the foul near midcourt. So that'll be free throws for Clemson.
I think UMass, they started to slow the ball down a little bit and a little bit too long.
Yeah, really ever since the 6 or 7 minute mark, they've been walking it up more. Now Clemson is pressing them and making them go a little faster, but UMass was walking it up and holding it in the half court, and I don't know, didn't like that so much. Just they had so much going offensively when they were pushing it.
Yeah, exactly. I think they got out of rhythm, and the mentality changed on the offensive end, and therefore they haven't scored as much.
Josh Smith, who just came into the game, picks up the foul, and so we'll walk down to the other end, and UMass will have some free throws. Should be 2 free throws here for Coleman, as UMass is in the double bonus.
Yeah, we've slowed down to a crawl now.
So Zach Coleman, redshirt sophomore from Dallas, redshirted his first year after he had an injury that caused him to miss the first few weeks of the season. He's got 6 points, or make that 7 points now. Inside and finishing is DeVoe.
Strong move. Took a baseline right off the glass. Could have been and one.
Hines and Holmes fell down. Looked like he stepped on Hines' foot. Davis will get an open look. It wasn't that open, but for Trey Davis, he knocks it down from the corner.
Yeah, he was open simply because the hand wasn't up. Oh.
And Blossom Game inside. Here's Berger. Davis could have taken a shot there,
Yeah,
but
might want to let him shoot it.
lead is 18. Shot clock now down to 7. Hines will take the jump shot, and he's too strong. Avery Holmes back the other way. Holmes going straight to the rim. That's off the glass and a little too strong. So Davis will tuck it under his arm as we are under the 2-minute mark.
You might want to handle the ball until he gets fouled.
Davis lost it, got it back. Clark 2 on the shot clock, and that's well off. So Dante Clark, he's under 50% now after that miss. Ball tipped up, and Josh Smith couldn't come up with a putback there. Hines brings it up. Davis from the corner, and it's Trey Davis again.
That's their game. I can understand slowing it down. And trying
they have been so good when they push and look for a shot quick.
Absolutely. Taking time off the clock is one thing, but if you're going to put the ball in the basket, then that's what you got to do.
Trey Davis, 25 points. He has hit 7 of his 10 three-pointers. He's also got 6 rebounds and 6 assists. So a big day for Davis.
He's been everywhere.
He's 3 points shy of his career high. First time he's reached 20 points this season. And Trey Davis will head out. A tremendous performance from him.
Very good game. Very good shooting game. Handle the ball when they needed a ball handler. Very good game for Davis.
So Ty Hudson is back in for Clemson. A little surprised to see him head out there for a few minutes for Clemson.
This might be a sign to possibly continue to get his confidence going. I think the coaches like what they saw and him making some shots, hitting some open jumpers. Maybe they want to see a little bit more.
Hudson, 8 points, 3 of 4 shooting.
1 minute remains, 1 minute.
As Jabari Hines. Here's Coleman, 12 on the shot clock. UMass going to go to 4-0. Clemson will fall to 3-1. And UMass will play in the championship game at 6:30 Pacific time on Wednesday night. We got a foul against Josh Smith with 1 on the shot clock on the 3-point line.
Boy, he's been Clark has been everywhere tonight.
He's drawn at least 5 fouls on Clemson tonight, if not more.
Absolutely. Love his activity.
So Clark knocks down the first one. Knocks down all 3. He'll surpass Davis for the team lead in points. Malik Hines back in as Coleman heads out. That gets UMass up to 80 points. 25 for Clark, 25 for Davis. Jabari Hines still in the game. He's only on 19 as Avery Holmes hits another 3. Holmes is 4 of 9 from 3-point range.
Hines will, maybe he won't be the leading scorer, but he's controlled everything that UMass has needed to do tonight, whether it be on the offensive end or the defensive end. He set the tone on the offensive or on the defensive end once the ball crossed half court. He got up into Holmes whenever he needed to get force a turnover, and he distributed the ball every time they were on the offensive end. Very good basketball player.
So Jabari Hines, 21 points after that free throw, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 steals on the day.
Impressive game. I saw him working out before the game.
Getting up a lot of shots.
Broke a sweat, got a nice lather going. He stood out to me, He looked like he was locked in long before they even put their game uniforms on. So a guy like that, you notice. So impressive.
So free throws coming here for DeVoe. UMass doesn't have to shoot it. They can just dribble this one out as long as Clemson doesn't foul. I believe that's what Jabari Hines will do. So the Minutemen come to Las Vegas, and they are going to get a big win here. 82-65 is going to be your final over Clemson. So UMass will play the winner of Creighton and Rutgers in the championship game on Wednesday. Clemson will get the loser of that matchup at 9 o'clock. But for Ed O'Bannon, I'm Tyler Bischoff. We'll be back with Rutgers and Creighton at 9 o'clock Pacific time. Thanks for tuning in.